Good afternoon, good evening. This is the Sassy Queen, Sandy Brown, and welcome to my live chat session with the Sassy Queen. Today, we're going to discuss um, what transpired at the emergency appeals hearing earlier this morning. Hello, Margot. I have a special guest, Captain Avia. We're gonna discuss what transpired early this morning. I didn't sleep, so I pretty much stayed up until the end of the hearing. So it was pretty interesting. So, Captain Obvious, what from what you have seen, because I know you said you slept through it, but you caught up on it once you woke up.
Yeah, I thought they did good. I think it seemed like it was positive.
Yeah, me too. I know the judges during the first half of the hearing was JD's team, and JD's team, and the judges asked a lot of questions with that, and they pretty much was going back and forth, especially like you said in the back chat about the letter, letter from
CHLA letter.
Yeah, Children's Hospital, Children's Hospital in LA. Thank you, Margot, for sharing it on Twitter. I think the reason why they really didn't want to look at it is I think the judges probably already looked at it. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he had his mind made up. I don't think any evidence, no matter how strong, he would have twisted it for Amber. Or, sorry, AH.
Yeah. So.
Did you see there's a new one out now that says she has 10 years to pay it off? It's the first time anybody's ever seen the document.
Hey, Jane Davis. Yeah, hey, I was listening to that this morning. I'm like, wait a minute, 10 years to pay it. I don't recall this. And for
me neither.
And for the Children's Hospital letter, when they contacted her, she didn't reply back. So they said, hey, are you going to donate or what? Finish the donations or finish the, the donations or what? And usually, usually when you set up a scheduled payment plan to donate, and if they send you a letter in correspondence to get a heads up, usually you will reply. And if you don't, and to me, I take it, if you don't reply, hey, okay, hold on a minute. Just one moment. I got another person coming in. And
good, I'm glad.
We have super informed on this. The last outlaw, Zach Leary. He's backstage. Hello, Zach. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hi,
How
Zach.
you doing, Sandy?
Hey. Did you see did you watch the hearing this morning?
Which hearing? So I guess that's your answer.
It was the emergency appeals hearing today in the UK to see whether or not they're gonna if JD can appeal and get a retrial for the case against the son.
Well, I would come down that definitely he should get another trial. I mean, what was the other one was unfavorable, right?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
extremely unfavorable.
What happened? What happened in that last one?
The judge's decision was like when everybody's when the verdict came out, the it was a disgusted look because I'm like, wait a minute, how he favored the son because he believed that Judge Nickel believed that the Nob Schwaben and ours couldn't be a gold digger because she donated her divorce settlement to the Children's Hospital and the ACLU. So therefore, he believed took her word, her her testimony over pure evidence.
Well, there are other reasons to that are not monetary reasons that could be a motive, such as wanting to get back at Johnny Depp for some other reason, you know.
For her, yeah, but for the judge, it was allegedly, I'm gonna say allegedly, Musk, and pretty much it was paid off because the internet detectives was in full force after that verdict, and come to find out, the judge should have actually recused himself because one, he ended up having dinner with the nameless R's, and plus the nameless R's legal team, its lawyer, he was the nameless R's lawyer's mentor, and they wrote a book together. So that's a conflict of interest. So he should have recused himself. But from what I gathered, he already knew where he was going to go with the decision of the trial before the trial even started. So everything pretty much circled Murdoch. Rupert Murdoch had his hand in it. Murdoch owns the son. The judge's son works for I don't know if he's currently does now, but used to work for their little talk TV, their little radio show, which is owned by. So pretty much everything came to full circle that they all knew each other. So
yeah, there was a lot of intermingling going on that wasn't cool. Especially with his son working for talk radio that was owned by Murdoch.
Right. Hi, the Black Pearl. Yeah, so that's why everybody's like, that's why he appealed, because I'm like, some of the reasoning he gave was just completely absurd, Jack. When I say absurd, I'm like, if you go on Nick Wallace's page, he actually has the verdict. And if you flip through that, you're like, what the hell? It's like you chose to believe somebody's oral testimony compared to the evidence and other testimony of other people. And like, and the evidence in this trial to prove that the son misprinted, then misspoke, couldn't prove it, was beyond reasonable. In the civil cases, he proved with preponderance of evidence, but it's like the judge just completely ignored the police testimony. Didn't he? I'm like, really? He literally said, I believe the nameless R's over her JD. And that's that.
Well, I have nothing really to add to that.
Yeah, I mean, you said it all.
But it's like, oh my gosh. So,
How do
Captain,
you think that they did?
Captain Obvious, what do you think about this?
Can you be more specific?
About the whole thing, the the
The
case.
hearings today seem to go well. I think they went as well as possible. I don't know what the outcome will be, but they made their point and they did a very good job of doing so. And Miss Wass just like stumbled over her words through the entire thing, reading out of a book.
Oh my
She's
gosh, I was watching that. Oh, excuse me. The first half was JD's lawyers and legal team in the UK. So the judges, they were both of them were asking questions back and forth. But when they got to the second half, and they're trying to, the judges was trying to gather more information, trying to understand better what was being said. But the second half, when the Sun's legal team came up, it's like they did a whole 360. The judges seemed to be a little irritated, a little annoyed. Could have sworn I saw both of them nodding off here and there because they kept going. I mean, the first half when she spoke, when Miss Watts spoke, it's like, what? You're repeating, you're not adding anything, you're not rebutting what JD's legal team is saying. She didn't refer, she didn't refer to let the judges know, oh, refer to this page, on this page, this is what I'm talking about. Whereas the first half, JD's legal team was very thorough. They's like, well, if you go on this page, on this document, this page, this section, this is what you'll see, yada, yada, yada. The Sun's legal team didn't do nothing. The judge looked like they were getting irritated.
I would have been irritated.
It's like, okay, you're sitting up here. I could be asleep.
Margot said something. I thought the judge asked good questions and dismissed a few things with Wass. I agree.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What is the fascination with this case for everybody?
Say it again. I didn't hear the last part.
What is everyone's fascination with this case? It's such a big story. I'm kind of curious as to why everybody's so into it.
Well, first of all, the sheer absurdity that's going on. Like, never in my life have I seen a crap show like that. Second, there's a lot of domestic violence survivors that they weren't able to get justice for themselves, so they're kind of trying to get it through Johnny. Then you have Johnny's just fans who love him and want to support him. Me personally, I want to see the bad guy go down. I'm tired of the bad guys getting away with everything. That's my fascination.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Sandy?
The fascination with this case is one, it's where it's pretty much because of the decision, you pretty much telling the media outlets, you could go out and slander and call other people names and pretty much damn near get away with it. Because what this case was about, this trial, the UK trial was about, is JD sued the Sun for printing that he was a wife beater.
Right.
So, in a civil court, they have to prove that what they printed is true. So during the trial, Johnny's team pretty much completely shut the whole thing down, like you were false information.
So
But
you're saying that the case is important in terms of standing up also for journalistic standards and practices.
right,
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Well, what's interesting is neither one of you mentioned any sort of political motivation behind it. I feel like the situation has become, for a lot of people, a political situation. So how do you guys navigate that?
um, me,
I don't do politics, so
me
next
neither. Me and
question.
politics.
Well, don't you think, though, that people are making this a political event?
I think it's more of a making it of a, you pretty much, the decision that the judge made in this case pretty much kind of sets DV survivors back, because it's like a slap in the face, because basically the judge is like, you know something, with all the evidence that shows that the nameless arse was the abuser, not the victim, and then you just completely ignore all evidence proving that JD was the victim, you pretty much telling DV survivors, I don't give two shits about what you went through. So I'm gonna believe your aggressor. But because in actuality, she wasn't even supposed to physically be there to testify. She was supposed to give her testimony on behalf of the son via video. So she decides to prance her little behind to London, to the UK, to physically be in the courtroom. That's what someone who, an aggressor, does to their to their target. It's like, okay, I'm gonna intimidate you by physically being here and try to stare you down to scare you so you can shut up.
Do you think that's what was going on?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Why would he be afraid of some little blonde chick, though?
She almost tried to kill him, Zach. She pretty much almost killed him, almost tried to kill him several times.
How?
And
I just like learning about this stuff. So I'm not don't take this as aggressive questioning. I'm curious. Okay.
Here's what happened.
No. I'm sorry, Sandy. I didn't mean to cut
A
you
little
off.
bit. A little bit. I have
Okay.
done a few podcasts with John, who is an old buddy of mine, eHacker channel. So that pretty much all I know is from what he's told me.
Well, it's also about the mainstream media. The UK trial could have set a precedent that says, hey, you can't just print anything and get away with it. And that's what the media has gone. It's insane. They need to be reeled in. You can't just throw accusations and then put a little disclaimer on the last page saying, oopsie, our bad, we were wrong.
Uh-huh. Well, if I'm not mistaken, the mainstream media has an approval rating that's almost as low as Congress. People hate the news media.
For good reason.
Yeah, on all sides. But what was that question I asked you, Sandy? Oh yeah. So why would he be afraid? Oh no. How did she try to kill him?
Okay. So Australia. He was filming Pirates of the Caribbean. So there's several incidents that happened in Australia. One, the trying to kill him was the second incident. The first incident, she smuggled the dogs, the two dogs, into the Australian country. Two, they were in an argument in the house. She was throwing bottles at him. So the first vodka bottle, and it's not the small vodka bottles that we're used to drink, those of us that do drink here and there. It's not that type of size bottle. It was a large, it's the large, heavy bottles. Right. So she literally was chucking.
Like a half gal bottle?
Magnum size.
Is that bigger than a half gal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So big glass. Right. Okay.
Huge. Yeah. So she chucked several of those at him. The first one flew by his head and missed him. The second one actually, when she tossed it at him, it actually landed and broke on the counter in the kitchen where he had his hand resting on the counter. So a shard of that glass from the bottle literally severed the tip of his middle finger on his right hand. In a matter of fact, cutting it through the bone. It shattered the bone. So he had to undergo 3 reconstructive surgeries on his finger because, one, they couldn't find the tip in time to be able to sew it back on. He ended up catching Mercer's, which is a bacterial infection. And there's 2 ways you can catch Mercer's. You catch it either bacterial infection through surgery, or if you're in a third world country, from the soil or whatever. But he caught it 3 times, so he almost died when he caught it 3 times. That's why Disney had to literally stop production because of this. Disney lost money for when they had to stop production because he had to heal him. And so he had to heal his finger. So yeah, that's how she tried to kill him. Then Then another incident where she almost tried to kill him, and I say she almost tried to kill him because, one, when someone is detoxing, there's certain medications they have to take while they're detoxing. This chick, he was in the Bahamas detoxing. So he didn't want her there, but somehow, some way she managed to push to get to go to the Bahamas with him on his island to detox, with him to detox. This chick would withhold when the nurse would go to get his medication for the detox medication that he has to take so he could detox. She told him no. She literally withheld his medication. So there's an audio.
He had his medication. That should have never been allowed. If she wanted to join the trip, let her join. But you don't give her the medication. Like, they could have been sued like crazy if something had actually happened. That one still gets me, it boils my blood.
Okay, let's focus on that one a little bit. Give me some more details.
So apparently, Miss Nameless Artist loves to record stuff. So there's actually an audio recording, and we don't know if it's actually him. It may be him, but you hear someone, it sounds like they're in agony, they're in pain. So if that was him, that was probably where they were on the Bahamas and he was detoxing. So when someone's detoxing from drugs, they're in a lot of pain. Because I actually witnessed someone detoxing without their medication at firsthand. When I was living in, because I live here in Vegas, before I got into my apartment, I was living in a homeless shelter. So the shelter, it was also like a rehab center for women and their kids could come and stay with them while they're rehabbing. But there's a specific area for the veterans that they contracted out for female veterans, so they housed us. So this one girl came in, and apparently she wasn't done full on detoxing, because before they send the girls to this center, they have to go through They have to go through the detox center and then come there. But apparently, when they sent her there, she wasn't full on through detoxing. So this girl was shaking, sweating. She was in pain. She was pacing back and forth. The only thing that pretty much calmed her down is if she went to go smoke a cigarette. I'm like, and this is what kills me. I'm like, how are you going to detox someone? It's like, and I had to ask the question. I asked the question to one of the staff. I was like, oh, so answer me this question. This is supposed to be a rehab, and you detoxing. Nicotine is a drug. So how are you rehabbing if you're smoking nicotine? But I digress on that one. So she's like, it hurts. I'm in pain.
Wait. Detoxing over nicotine? Is that what you said?
No, she wasn't detoxing over nicotine. She was detoxing because the girl's drug of choice was crystal meth.
Who?
The girl in the facility. So when
she's telling a personal story now. It's not the Depp stuff.
Yeah, I'm actually talking about a story of me actually witnessing someone detoxing.
Okay.
And how the pain that she was in was like, so the only thing that calmed her down was if she smoked a cigarette. And I'm like, okay, because I'm looking at how are you in rehab, but nicotine is also, you smoke, that's addictive. That's why a lot of people, some people smoke because it's addictive. It's not considered to be a drug like crystal meth, but the smoking, so that calmed her down. But when she couldn't smoke, when she couldn't have another cigarette, I was up and I was sitting there because I usually talk to the staffers at night. So I was sitting there with my phone and watching TikTok videos. So she sat beside me and I took my headset out and sat there and watched TikTok videos. It calmed her down. She didn't even think about the pain she was in, but she was jittery. She was shaking. So with that being said, and even in his deposition, in his statement, JD said when he was detoxing in the Bahamas, he was in excruciating pain. He was in so much pain. And the fact that this woman had his medication and would not give it to him.
Well, what was he detoxing from?
Short version,
alcohol?
he was on pain pills. He was drinking as well. He needed to be clean to go film the next Pirates. So he was going to go over to the Bahamas, where he has an island, detox quietly, and then go to work. He wasn't going to bring Amber. She insisted that she be there, insisted that she be in the house with him. And the nurse stayed on one side of the island, and Amber stayed on the other side with Johnny, and she was completely in charge of all of his meds, everything. And Johnny said she withheld his medication just to torture him.
Yeah.
Which, if you think about it, is pretty screwed up.
Well, I mean, see, as a dude, right, I have to place a certain amount of responsibility on Johnny Depp. If Amber Heard is trying to kill him, what is he doing? What is he doing? Why would he give her? Why would he trust her with the medication?
I don't think he trusted her with the medication. She's the nameless artist is the type of person that if she don't get her way, it's gonna be all hell breaks loose. So basically what she pretty much told the staff, if you don't give this to me, guess you're not gonna have a damn job. So she used the strong arm tactic to like, I'm gonna need you to give me medication or you're gonna get fired. She did that to the estate manager. She did that to a lot of people.
There's also a psychological element, though. He grew up with a very abusive mother. He started drugs, I think, at 11, maybe.
Yeah,
And
he said
in his
that in the
head,
interview.
yeah, like you either go one way or the other. You either become the abuser or you become the complete opposite. He became the complete opposite who wanted to fix women like Amber. So he put up with it and
I don't
protected
think I would agree with. I don't think there's two choices, right? I mean, I get you're making a point, but I would say there's more than two choices to make. You know, I think programming can be broken.
How so?
That's just my belief.
Um, I think what it was is like Captain Obvious said. JD came from an abuse. You know, his mother was abusive. And considering the fact all that he went through, physical, mental, emotional, psychological, through his mother, I think he saw that in the nameless artist and was like, okay, maybe I can fix her. He had that, and he fell for the nameless artist's charm. And so it
To answer that question, I think you can repel your programming by forgiving people who don't deserve it. You know,
yeah,
by not harboring anger or guilt or a sense of or need for revenge.
exactly. That's
Which is,
exactly what that's
and
what
Sandy, as you may know, is a Christian principle, right? Is to forgive, right?
right.
Well,
And that's
Johnny did forgive.
he did, because in a matter of fact, that when his finger was severed, he wouldn't tell the doctors how it happened.
No. I'm talking in terms of his mother. How you said you become like how you grew up or something like that.
Yeah,
he did forgive his mother.
Oh, he forgave his mother.
Yeah, they were very close.
All the way to the end, no matter what this woman did to him, he always took care of his mother all the way to the end, to the day she died. He bought her a horse ranch in Kentucky. And when she couldn't live in the horse ranch in Kentucky, he moved her to one of his houses in California. And I think that's where she died, in California.
Okay.
So he took
well,
care
don't get mad at me. I'm
feeling
just a little touch of I am not trying to be rude here, guys. So don't think that at all.
I'm not either. So
okay.
Just put it out there.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on programming. I mean, it's an interesting topic for sure. But
yeah, the first time you said it, I misunderstood what you meant. Yeah, there's definitely, you can get help for that.
Yeah, and I suppose therapy is a method of that as well.
Yeah.
Very much so.
And so this comment here, honey, a will only goes into effect after you are dead. And Dave's like, why was someone who was only married to a person less than 18 months with a former family, he's so worried about being in his will? That's a good question, because the nameless artist talking about, oh, I didn't marry him because of his money. Yes, you did, because there's 2 magazine articles stating that I like older rich men.
Really?
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I think one of them is what, FH, some fashion magazine. Yeah, she likes older men who got money. No, it wasn't about the money. I didn't marry him for his money. Yes, you did. You married him for his money and his clout. You targeted him because you not only did you target him, you actually was able to freaking target the richest man in the world. Well, now he's
Yeah,
back
yeah.
down to number two, Elon Musk, and still got him by the freaking balls.
Well, she must be very talented at that.
Um, I don't know if her head game or if she got that wop. I don't know, but I I digress on that one because I'm like, but then again, I did watch one of her coworkers from what's the name of that movie that they did? But
which
Driving
one?
Angry?
huh?
Driving Angry?
No, it was because
Rum Diaries.
No, one of her co-workers has a podcast with another guy.
Steven and Jason.
Yeah. And he said she's very smart. She's charming. She's able to get what she wants. She's very
I believe that's true. I think it just doesn't translate to us because we're viewing from a screen. Does that make sense? I think in person, she's all of those. Intelligent, like charismatic.
Well, it comes down to a matter of integrity. If you are a skilled people person, right, you could do, you could advance yourself in a way that lifts other people up, you know. So that would be the way that somebody should go about doing that. Is you want to help people around you, not hurt them, you know. So I guess that's the problem with her. She has a lack of integrity, and that's a real issue.
Well, brain chemistry plays a part as well. Like her sister Whitney is supposedly like Johnny. She was violence and a part of it, but she grew up in the exact same household as Amber, and they were, I think, 2 years apart.
Okay.
So why did Amber go one way and her sister go the other? I think it's because of brain chemistry. People react differently.
What is her sister's name?
Whitney.
Was it Hernandez?
Whitney Hernandez.
Enriquez.
Oh, Henriquez.
No, Enriquez.
Oh, thank you.
Is Amber Heard Spanish?
No.
That's her married name.
Oh,
that's Whitney's married name.
And what does she do? Is she an actress too?
No, not that I know of.
Oh, what?
Oh my
okay.
gosh, I just read the other day what she does.
What does she do?
She does have a job. Let me see if I can find it.
Because I know she worked for. I know she worked for one of the charities that was supposed to get the money, supposed to get a donation from Amber, but never did. And because she wasn't a big enough, because her organization wasn't a big enough or public organization, she didn't get a donation.
Well, in the long run, she did because Elon gave her that $250K. But that's nothing compared to the $3.5 million she could have gotten and should have. I remember where I saw it, guys. Just give me a second to pull it up on my phone.
Have you guys seen this Joe Biden story?
I have not.
Really odd. A green screen story.
Oh, Lord.
Really, really weird. But it doesn't make sense to me. It's like 30 seconds long. Let me see if I can post it for you guys. So I'd be curious to get your quick comments on this. I put it in the private chat.
Okay, sorry. When we click on that, is that going to take me out of StreamYard?
No.
No, it's just
okay. answer your question, she's a banquet manager at the Langham Hotel. Langham, I don't know how to pronounce it. She runs events and conferences.
Okay. I was like, what did she do? Because
I think that's what she pretty much did at the charity as well.
Well,
so I'm trying to figure out how is this a green screen and it's showing him actually walking to the freaking.
no, Sandy, look to where his hand looks like it goes across in front of the microphone, which is like 5 feet away. So it's got a really bizarre look to it. Look when he points.
Hold on a minute, I'm watching it again.
It still hasn't pulled up on my end. I'm trying.
Okay.
Are you on Twitter?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you see that?
Could you send me that video and I'll watch it on my phone?
Okay. What is your Twitter?
I'm just getting it on my computer.
Oh, okay. I put it in the chat too. So hopefully people can see that. Did you see it, Sandy? Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's weird.
What the hell? And it doesn't seem like something you would green screen. So it's like, what in the hell is going on? It's nothing special for him. But you saw his hand, right? That looks weird.
Yeah, it does.
So there's some like right-wing conspiracy about it. Huh?
I said, I'm sorry. I'm still trying to pull it up.
Okay. Well, let me know if you want me to send it somewhere else. Yeah, it's weird. So I don't see what the benefit of it is, but it doesn't look right to me. But yeah.
All right, what are we looking at now? His fingers?
Yeah, look at his hands.
Look at his hand and where they're to the microphones.
And the White House had confirmed this is a real video.
Not at the moment. Have you decided to be able to share thoughts with other countries, allies, or the first to get the answer back to there's talking with several countries already.
Hold on a minute.
I'll let you know about the very short.
Did you see it?
I missed it. What happened?
His hand, and he's standing far away from those microphones, but when he points, his hand goes over the microphone. Here,
I'll try and watch it.
I'll go to the exact moment. Hold on. It's like around, let me see here. And that mic looks weird too. Go to 9 seconds to 9 seconds to like 13 seconds. That's where it happens. And look at his right hand and look at the mic.
Not at the moment.
Sandy's got it. Okay, so you can see it on here now. Sandy's got it.
Who will be the first country to get to us?
That is weird.
Doesn't that look bizarre?
I'm not at the moment. But you decided
that is. Do you watch football, American football?
Me?
I
Sometimes.
promise
Yeah.
it's a related question.
What is it?
Okay, you know those lines that go on the field?
Uh-huh.
When the players step on them, they step through them exactly the same way that his hand just went through the microphone.
Right.
Maybe it was
You think
manipulated and they're just not
it's an
admitting
optical
it.
illusion? It could
I don't
be.
know. I don't know what the football people use to make it happen when on the field, but I've always wondered about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, they can totally do digital manipulation to the field. There's no doubt. They put graphics up on the field all the time.
What did the tweet say?
Well, the tweet said it's weird. You know, you've got like the QAnon people, which I do not support at all, and you've got like the right wing folks, who I'm not a right winger at all. I'm not really a conspiracy guy, but if you look at it, it does look weird. I'm not making any implications about it, but it looks bizarre to me.
Yeah. Sandy, are you cool with politics on your channel? I meant to ask you.
Me and politics don't get along.
I don't
I am
either,
a
to be.
political guy. My channel, Last Outlaws, is politics. And we did pretty well. We're up to 31K subs, so we're doing okay.
Yeah, so.
And a lot of people don't like Joe. You know, I was a Bernie Sanders guy myself.
I don't know. I'm gonna respect her wishes and not do politics right now.
All right. Well, please continue then. Yeah, wherever you want to take it, Sandy.
So, because I'm about to wrap it up because Rob is getting ready to stream in 30 minutes. He's doing the City of Lies movie review. So.
Oh, that's right. Did any of you guys watch it?
Oh yeah. No, because I haven't seen it because it hadn't been out yet. Because I know some of the theaters here aren't playing it, and oh yeah, she also another thing. The Nameless Artist has submitted into evidence false pictures of DV, which the pictures she submitted, the son actually took those pictures and enhanced the pictures to make it look worse than it was.
Right. No, I believe that.
And you got many, and I find it interesting because anytime he, like for the incident for his finger, he went to the hospital. He has medical proof of his finger. She has no proof, no medical proof, no nothing for all the so-called incidents that she claimed. Because one of the incidents she claimed happened, one, he had his cast, he had a soft cast on his entire hand for that finger. So there's like an incident where it's on the stairs. She claimed he pulled her hair and punched her repeatedly in the face. And I'm like, okay, if that happened, he had a cast on his right hand and he's right-handed. So where are the imprints of that cast? Because if he punched you repeatedly, he had a soft cast on. So your face would be a lot damaged. Then there was another incident where she claimed he punched her repeatedly. And I'm like, okay. And then she couldn't cancel going on the James Gordon show. There's a problem with that. If he hauled off and punched you like you said he did, JD wears rings on his fingers. So, and the rings, the type of rings Johnny wears on his finger are very distinctive. So if he was to, God forbid, haul off and punch you dead in your face, you're going to get every imprint of every ring he has on that hand. I don't see no imprints on her freaking face.
That's so funny. I don't know why, but you talking about his rings for some reason reminded me of his. One of the coolest things about him is his relationship with Hunter S. Thompson. And Hunter S. Thompson was such an interesting character, such a cool guy. I heard that Johnny had shot Hunter's ashes out of a cannon upon his wishes.
Yeah, that's what Hunter wanted. He told Johnny. And speaking of that interview, he was doing an interview. I gotta find it. I'll probably do a reaction for that one. But he said in the interview, the reason why him and Hunter S. Thompson clicked so well is they have had so much in common. Is when they used drugs, it wasn't to. He's like, doing drugs and partying isn't my style. We did drugs as an escape. To escape reality, basically for an escape. He didn't use it like a lot of people, a lot of these Hollywood stars use it they'll go out partying and drugging. He didn't do that. He don't, because if you, in the interview, he told the interviewer, yes, I started taking prescription medication. I would take my mom's prescription medication. He started that at age 11. Right. He started on drinking and doing drugs at the age of 11.
Well, I have a fun. Oh, go ahead, sir.
That's another thing that goes back to brain chemistry. He was getting chemicals mixed in right when he was supposed to be developing. That's going to affect you. It's plain science. Sure. You can't deny it.
Right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you going to say?
Oh, no problem. I have a short video here, Sandy, if you want to play it. It's pretty funny. It's about a minute long about Hunter Thompson.
Can you send it in the private chat?
Yep, there it is. I think your audience will find this funny.
All right, here's his daily routine.
Okay, hold on a minute. Let me share this.
So, folks, this is Hunter S. Thompson's daily routine.
PM, rise. 3:05, shivers.
Okay,
all right, here's his daily routine. 3 p.m., rise. 3:05, Chivas Regal with morning papers. Smokes Dunhills. 3:45, cocaine. 3:50, another glass of Chivas. Another Dunhill. 4:05 p.m., by the way, first cup of coffee and a Dunhill. 4:15, cocaine. 4:16, orange juice and another Dunhill. 4:30, cocaine. 4:54, cocaine. 5:05, cocaine. 5:11, coffee, Dunhills. 5:30, get more ice in the Chivas. Cocaine at 5:45, 6 o'clock, smoking grass to take the edge off the day. 7 p.m.
Good day, 3 hours into it.
3 hours in, lit. 7:05, Woody Creek Tavern for lunch. 2 margaritas, coleslaw, taco salad, double order of fried onion rings, carrot cake, ice cream, a bean fritter, Dunhills, another Heineken, cocaine. And for the rest of the ride home, a snow cone, a glass of shredded ice, which is poured over 4 jiggers of Chivas. Okay, so snow cone is Chivas. Okay, 9 p.m. Start snorting cocaine seriously. 10 p.m. Drops acid. 11 p.m. Chartreuse, I don't know what that is. Cocaine and grass. 11:30, cocaine, etc., etc. 12, midnight. Hunter S. Thompson is ready to write. That's when he sits down to write. 6 a.m. He writes. Chartreuse, cocaine, grass, Chivas, coffee, Heineken, clove cigarettes, grapefruit, Dunhills, orange juice, gin, continuous pornographic movies. 6 a.m. In the hot tub with champagne, Dove bars, fettuccine Alfredo. 8 a.m. Halcyon, sleeping pill. Not 8:20.
Yeah, Hunter Thompson was a crazy man. Hunter S. Thompson. And clearly Johnny Depp is not that kind of guy. Hunter Thompson put himself into an early grave, but he did it high off his ass.
Yeah. And as his
Honestly,
dying
it
wish,
made me think
told
of Tango and
Johnny,
her red
I want you
wine.
to blow my ashes 150 feet in the air. So Johnny did that.
He was a crazy man. Did you guys ever hear Hunter Thompson call Johnny Depp's answering machine?
Mm-mm.
Let me find that for you. Here we go. Hunter S. Thompson, Johnny Depp voicemail. And that a great movie, by the way. I love Fear and Loathing. I mean, what a great movie.
Never seen it.
Oh, you've got to. Really good.
And I believe he spent $5 million doing. JD actually had the cannon built, turned, cremated. Hunter S. Thompson was cremated and turned into a cannonball. His ashes was turned into a cannonball.
It's so fitting.
And so Johnny did exactly what he requested. He wanted to be blown 150 feet in the air over something. And Johnny did it. Spent $5 million. I believe Jack Nicholson, Leonardo DiCaprio, a lot of people, a lot of celebrities were there for that.
We all need a friend like Johnny Depp.
I know.
I personally want to be made into a pink diamond. Did you know that they can take your remains and turn them into diamonds?
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
I think I want to be buried. Just so that the earth can have my nutrients.
Oh, you could even do that because they actually have pod caskets where it's like it looks like a big egg. So they put your body in an egg and it's biodegradable. So they bury you in. Like
I would be cool with that. I would be cool with that, but I gotta have a marker. Yeah, I gotta have a gravestone. But yeah, I want the earth to eat me. because our entire lives we're taking all this great nutrients from the earth, so it's only fitting to return it.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Know your dope fiend. Your life may depend on it. You will not be able to see his eyes because of D-shades, but his knuckles will be white from inattention, and his pants will be crusted with semen from constantly checking off when he can't find a rape victim. He will stagger and babble when questioned. He will not respect your badge. The dope fiend fears nothing.
Hey, Colonel. I just called really to hear the message. And I'll talk to you later. Maybe sooner. Oh, look at that goddamn thing, man. Woo!
Let's call Benny.
Yeah.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
You jackass bastard! I've been hearing a lot about you, and not all of it is satisfactory. And the fact that you just wouldn't remote at your phone is making me a bit edgy. Well, what the fuck? Who cares about you? You fucking yellow belly.
Hunters, be nice. Hi, Benicio.
Oh, he was calling Benicio.
Yeah. Must be, huh?
Okay. Well, see you later, man. Okay. He had, oh, woo!
Yeah, there's Hunter S. Thompson. And Johnny Depp's voicemail message is pretty funny
Okay.
too.
Moving right along.
Oh, that was his voice message in the
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah, the dope fiend.
Oh Lord, that is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Beware of the dope fiend.
Oh my gosh. Well, we are at an hour. I'm gonna wrap this up because Rob's getting ready to stream. So I want to thank my two guests on the panel, Captain Obvious and Zach Leary. Thank you for coming, and I just want to thank Rebecca, the Black Pearl, Margot, Janie Davis, everybody that came and watched the live. Thank you so much and greatly appreciate it. And you guys have a nice evening. I will see you guys again. Bye.
Thanks for having me. Nice to meet you, Zach.